All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to because I know you got quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies. Out for the opening kick. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterback. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, big old win last week.
A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Going right back to Davis. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Gervon Dexter escorted him to the ground. So now here's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. His first throw is an interception. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Able to get it to Moore. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To throw, Williams. He finds Johnson. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Williams from the gun. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Carney's kick is good, and that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes the Bills offense for their second drive of the game. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? When you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At the 34-yard line.
From the 34, he's got Khalil Shakir. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, Allen. Shakir with the grab. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the Bears' 45-yard line.
Allen gonna throw again. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
That play so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
They kick the running back in motion. To the air again, Allen. He brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills pull ahead 6-3 in the first. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Grupe's extra point is good. And the Bills take a 4-point lead. Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. That's the connection to Odunze. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Motioning the tight end now. They go counter. It's Johnson. Still finding room past the 45. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Working from the gun, Williams. Pass caught by Odunze. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Finds him over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, Williams. Searches from the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Now, after delivering that ball, we see some discomfort out there. So here come the trainers to take a look at him. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They'll throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bears first down. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And in for the Chicago touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears push their lead to 3. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They're out and set, first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. To throw, Milton. This one's caught. And this one does not go far. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. Putting a receiver in motion. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Well, now this is certainly going to make 2nd and goal considerably more difficult. He could have gotten rid of it to avoid the big loss. But give some credit here to the defense as well. That pressure was suffocating It's going to make it a more difficult now second and goal situation.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards.
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears. On the ensuing drive. It's a Rome Odunze touchdown. Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game.
Bills 7.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a one-score game here. Davis gets it from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36.
Pressure coming. It's Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Allen. Flush down now to his left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Motion man sent left. From the 47. This one's quickly to Shakir. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
That's good for Bills. 1st down. 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That's complete to Vele. And he gets him around 6 there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
And 4 at the Bears' 38-yard line.
From the 38. Finds Kincaid. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. Has room into the secondary. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills reduce the lead to just 4. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Bears send Rome Odunze headed back out on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now here's Williams. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Johnson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Chicago first down. Williams from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bears with the football. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Chicago. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Bears decide to call their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Handoff here to Davis. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. The Bills with a punt team out there. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be Bears football. Williams to throw on first. Kmet brings it in. This is ahead for about 5. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. We'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little... They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. The Bills getting one more drive here before the break. On 1st down, Allen. Shakir with the grab. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 41. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now they have 3rd and short. And they send a man in motion. Looking to throw. He completes it in traffic. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. To throw again, it's Allen. A massive shot towards the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Here comes the offense for the Bears to begin the 2nd half. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You could feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st down, Williams. Pulled in by Dotson along the sideline. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Johnson up the middle. He's contained at the line for no gain. Ed Oliver there to make the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Completed to his running back. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They motion the tight end over. 1st down throw by Williams. That pass caught by Dotson. And they get this down to the 28. They have themselves another 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. Moore's got it. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. That's caught for the first. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Now we've got some whistles as officials signal for a stoppage. Player injured on that last snap, it looks like. Yep, it's Cole Kmet who's in need of some attention. All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the...
And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Roma Odunze touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Bills set to take over offensively. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Pressure coming, it's Allen. Completed to Davis. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
3rd and long, it's Allen. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Got 49 on his first punt. This one looks even longer. That's taken at the 15. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Finds a man right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Has his man. It's Odunze. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Now an inside give to Johnson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes the play. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane. It gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes just like that.
The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to the air. Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They're set up at the 35 now. Running out of the gun with Davis. Room to run inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears and Rashawn Johnson making their way out now. That touchdown cut the lead by a chunk, Brock, but it's still a 2-score game as they start this drive out. Offense ready to begin this drive, first and 10. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Williams from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A give left side to Johnson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now a carry by Johnson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On third down, here's Johnson. He gets the first and more inside the 15. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears lengthen the lead at the end of the third. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears take a 3-possession lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He fires one deep down the left sideline. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Gets this to Kincaid. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
From the 48. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for the Bills. First down.
Now Allen. Davis there to grab it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Running back sent in motion. To the air again, Allen finding Davis. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. On the handoff, here's Davis. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll go. Allen. That's cut beyond the marker. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? And gets him to first on 4th down. Working inside the red zone. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get it back to within 2 possessions. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They send a tight end in motion. First down throw by Williams. He's on the move. He can run it. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. That's more on the quick slant. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Short side option here, he's running left. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 3 yards, that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Looking from the gun, Williams. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And that brings up 4th and short. Now here's Williams. They connect for the first. And he'll pick up enough. They're set up at the 35 now. Williams to throw on first. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
And this is only a short gain. He's stopped down at the 33. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. To throw is Williams. Able to get it to Moore. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bears nearing their 2nd win in the campaign. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now they give to Johnson. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Johnson again. And he's going to be brought down after running this to the 8. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back, 3rd down coming up. They'll toss it to Johnson. And he's brought down for a loss. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Carney's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Allen setting up to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
And 10 yards to go.
To throw. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Going to be a victory for the Bears as they drop to a knee here.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Going to be a victory for the Bears as they drop to a knee here.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bears take this one on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.